Hello and welcome to episode 79 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast. Refreshed and renewed for 2017. I am one of your hosts, Andrew, also known as J-Bond, with me as always.
New year, new me, JK, still the same asshole. It's your boy.
That's my line. That's my line. New year, same dick. But, no. You know, it's weird to me, though, that we've been doing this now for, technically, I think we started in 2014.
Right?
And now it's 2017, and we're still going, which is weird. Haven't broke 100 episodes, which shows you guys that we can't commit to one episode a week. Or even one a month. Well, maybe one a month. Maybe.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so it is episode 79. We are back. It's January 8th, 2017. The beginning of the end. And I thought that let's just recap 2016 in a nutshell this year. This episode, rather. Favorite games, big things that happened, that jazz. And I hate when you do the retrospective, let's look at the year and how it went, and it's like the immediate things I think about are the not good things, and there's not the only issue with that is that and I think about this and this is like me being 100% serious. I lost a really good friend this year. In December 10th. A friend of mine who worked with Community Casters Live lost his battle with cancer, and in a weird way, and death is definitely something that I'm used to. I've attended a lot of funerals in my life. Kids I went to high school with, kids I went to grade school with. But he's the first person that I was a very good friend of, and a friend that I met through the gaming community, and that totally took it legitimately took the wind out of my sails.
Right.
Because it's just you wake up and you see a post on Facebook and you realize that it's over, and that totally sucks. It just 100% there's nothing I can say to truly explain how shitty it was to read a post from his mom and be like, I'm not going to get to watch him stream JRPGs anymore. I'm not going to get to give him shit about being a trophy hunter. He's not going to give me crap about not getting platinum trophies when I play video games.
Right.
And it was just not it was not fun. And when I was a member of the gamer advisory panel back in the day, we lost a member in the gap, and I remember being super upset about that. And that was a person I'd literally never met, literally never even seen a photograph of, and had only ever communicated with this person over the forum, and so it's just it's a bummer, right? My gaming community is my family, and it's really not fun when you lose someone in that family.
It's tough when you lose, yeah.
And it was the last big thing that happened in 2016, so it's certainly something that I was like, well, that's not a fun way to go out.
Right, yeah, it's not the way you want to end the year.
Right. But on a more positive note, to turn it around a little bit, if I had to pick a game of the year, and I always hate this because I don't play a lot of games every year, and I feel like we've had this discussion before, probably around the same time when we made game of the year decisions.
Right.
For me,
usually, yeah.
my game of the year is Uncharted 4. And
Uncharted 4, yeah.
Overwatch is definitely a close second in terms of like how fun it is to play with friends. Same with like
Mhm.
Titanfall 2, right? But like I haven't even played the campaign of Titanfall 2. Like all we've done is like the, you, me, James, and like what, James's friend that one time. Like we all played Titanfall and it was just fun. Like didn't care what we were doing.
Yeah,
Didn't care if I was getting kills.
exactly.
I was just punching shit in my big
Hmm.
robot. Um so like but like if I'm looking at games from a story perspective, like Uncharted 4 to me had like the most depth to it as a game. And
Hmm.
obviously I'm a big fan of Naughty Dog and I'm a big fan of those series anyway, so like is it kind of a
See,
cop out? Yes, but at the same time like it's a game that I played. It's a game
yes
that
and
I
no.
played straight through and was dying to finish, you know?
Hmm. Right.
Um I
Versus most
watched a
games you play, and it's just kind of like,
right, like Pokemon Moon, like I have not even like I played it for like a couple days
come on.
straight and then
I mean, I
I
wouldn't
haven't
throw
picked it back
Pokemon
up.
in the Game of the Year contender, but I
It's
mean,
totally like
that's one of those games that you can go back to.
oh, but I mean I can see people calling that the game of the year for them. Absolutely. Like
Fair.
it's got a lot to it. Like I'm not denying that it's a fun game to play. Like it's just
Oh, right.
plain like I don't know if maybe I should have got an XL, but like it's uncomfortable to play on the 3DS.
Really.
Like I don't know if it's maybe I'm holding it wrong, which I don't even know how that's like possible, but like my thumbs start to ache after playing for a little bit.
Hmm.
Like I just don't find it to be super ergonomic to like sit and play for extended periods of time.
It's fair.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But like, trying to think of like all the other like, and that thing is too is like I played a ton of games because I played you go to PAX twice and you see all these games and you play them and like some of them have come out and some of them haven't and I'm just like you know that's a like those were fun games, but would I call it a game of the year? I
Hmm.
don't know. Maybe as an indie game, sure, but um,
Right. Not like
like I don't own rigs, but
top.
man, I had a blast playing that game.
Still need to pick that up.
Right? Like I need to get a PSVR for that. I need to get one for Farpoint. Like when Farpoint comes out, I guarantee you that will probably be my like game of the year. I had that game is so fun to play.
I hope there's a lot of depth to it because it seems like a lot of the VR stuff they have out. Not to derail the conversation, but
No,
it's
no, no, go
like
for it.
kind of short and sweet.
Right. Well, when you
As
consider how
most of
like
it's
there's
just
no
short and sweet.
support from Gorilla basically on rigs anymore.
Hmm.
Like they're just kind of full steam ahead on Horizon Zero Dawn. Even though I think that
Which makes
the
sense.
Gorilla, it's like Gorilla Cambridge versus Gorilla that's working on it. So, but either way, like it just seems like
Mm-hmm.
the VR has like a very short attention span. But I wonder if that will change when it comes to Resident Evil. Also, is it true that this is the last Resident Evil game?
No,
Somebody
I mean
post
maybe like
somebody posted something and it was like the last Resident Evil game and I was like, "Really? They're not going to make any more after
they
this?"
they could have meant in terms of you know numbered. Like this is the seventh one. This is the last one they're doing for now.
Mhm.
Because there's still going to be an HD remaster remake of two, so
Right.
they're not completely done with Resident Evil. But I mean,
Yeah,
in
but I
terms of
mean
making a
if
new
you're
Resident,
remaking an old game, let's just, call a spade a spade. That's not the
yeah,
same thing.
it's not really a new game, yeah. But yeah, no, I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
Knowing Capcom, they probably got like eight, nine, maybe three more games left.
Right.
I'd I I'd wager on that.
Just because of
But
like what's happened in the story or just because like where do you take it from
just
there?
in general, yeah, just in general. It's like, oh, they love this one. Okay, well, let's make another one. Let's make a sequel.
Right.
Another sequel or another spin-off or whatever,
Right, a side
another
story.
yeah, another Umbrella Chronicles, whatever, Umbrella Chronicles 3. whatever.
Right. It's like it's like with
Yeah, I would.
Uncharted, right? They're spinning it off and doing the Chloe story.
Yep.
Super
And then
exciting to see that. That was cool.
the movie script finished.
Is that movie ever going to be finished though? Let's be real.
No, the script was just finished.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. But
Like
like,
whoever's writing, just as long as they don't get Mark Wahlberg for Drake, I'm cool. Like those
hey
rumors
Elena, say
were.
hello to your mother for me. I'm gonna go
Oh,
talk to animals. Nate. What? Uh,
okay. Sick for
yeah.
now.
It's like, you know what my
So
game of the
Tread
year is?
4
Zelda on NES on 3DS.
on 3DS, not on
Well,
just
I
NES.
paid the $5. I bought it again. What a fuck, like, what a sucker I am, you know?
I think that it's a love-hate relationship with stuff like that because you already own the physical,
I do.
thing
3 copies of it.
in the back of your head. I could hook it up, whatever, but I don't want to hook it up. You pop on the 3DS, you're like, oh well, I mean, sure, I'm spending the money again, but I don't have to hook up my NES. I don't have to go dig it out of the storage and all that. Find all the hookups and all that and hook it all up.
Right. Well,
So
but
I don't know. It's a love hate relationship with stuff
mine
like
is
that.
literally like it's an arm's reach for me right now. Like my
Well, yeah, I
NES
mean,
is
yeah,
like for me it's like so
just for
dumb,
the
but I'm like
yeah,
at the same time, yes, you are right. Like do I really want to go plug in the
yeah,
NES? Do I want to,
yeah, exactly. Because by the time you're done, then you turn it on. You're like, I really didn't want to play this that bad, and you
right?
shut it off and put it back up. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird love hate relationship. I
Right.
think the prices could be a bit cheaper though.
Yeah, I should have bought it when it was on sale. It was on sale for like 199 and I'm like that's way too much. And then it was 4.99 and I was like shit. They got me.
Right? Should
They
have
got
bought it.
me. I got.
Right.
Um
Wait, how was 199 to
Because I
play
thought $2
an
was a lot
NES
for
game?
a game I already owned, and then I didn't buy it, and then
No,
it was 4.99, and I
no.
was like, damn it.
That's like going to buy the physical version, and it's 299. You're like, no, 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 fuck that. I don't want a fourth copy for that much. Where most
Yeah.
people will charge you like what, $50 maybe for just the cartridge,
For
not
like an
even the
NES card?
box.
No, 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 no. For like, oh yeah, for like in box, it'd be way more than that. But I mean, depending. But like
Yeah,
the cartridge itself, I bet you could get for like ten
yeah,
bucks.
yeah, 10, 20, 30, whatever. But still, like, I'd
Yes,
rather
no,
pay
you're right. That's
two,
true.
four
Yes.
bucks than, 10, 15, 20.
However, I've heard somebody say like you can only transfer purchases like from one DS to another or something. Like, there's a whole rigmarole about that.
All you literally have to do is tell Nintendo, hey, I want to move my stuff over, and they're like, all right, prove it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom, here's my information. Okay, cool, done, transferred. Here you go,
Nice.
easy. Yeah, that's what I did. I didn't
Gotcha.
have to call them like most people. I just emailed them, and they're like, all right, we can
Hmm.
prove it's you. Here's your stuff.
Neat.
So it's not as hard as people think. It's just time consuming, I guess,
Right.
depending on which way you go about it.
That's eh. So what about you? What was your like you played significantly more games than I did this year. This was not a like
Yeah,
2016 was definitely started out strong for games for me, and then I would say the last like 2 months of this year I kind of just fell off the face of the earth.
see, normally I would agree with you. Like, yeah, Uncharted 4 game of the year, but I never finished it,
Hmm.
which is shame on me. So I guess mine, since I actually did finish the game, my game of the year would be Final Fantasy.
I figured you would say that.
Final Fantasy 15. So good. I don't care what people say. Oh, waited 10 years for this garbage, or it's a lackluster story. Like, no. Did,
So
did
what
you
like is that what
actually
people didn't like
enjoy
about
it?
it?
There's some enjoyed it for what it was, and then some, I think they expected way more than what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Because now there's a whole bunch of, oh, well, there's content from this because you can do a glitch and go here, but it's like, well, hold up, like Square Enix never said, "Hey, we're not going to add more stuff." They said they are, so
Right. And also, like, every game has
you know,
stuff that gets cut from it. Like, that's
yeah,
kind of how it goes.
exactly. You can't put everything. So look at Destiny. It
Right?
was going to be a total different game before it became what it was now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like people just expect too much. But yeah, that's
That's like
I'd say that's my
2016 in a
game.
nutshell.
Yeah,
People
everyone expected
expecting
too
too
much.
much.
Thanks, not Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Trump. Um,
I
shit.
hope you're not
Um,
listening.
no, I doubt it. Uh, right. Yeah, I don't know, like, and like even I let my Xbox Live lapse because I just never used it. I
I feel
legitimately am like wondering when the last time I would have turned it on, and I feel like I turned it on just to update the like Xbox so that I could play if I
ouch.
wanted to.
Yeah, I got like maybe physical games I bought that I don't play because
Yeah,
I'm on
like
my PlayStation.
I have like
I have it,
Halo, and that's like it.
right? It's like because we play everything on PlayStation now, so I'm
Pretty
like,
much.
whatever. Like, just
And if you have the opportunity on a game that's on both consoles, it's like you're gonna buy whichever one that you play primarily, and or all your
what's that?
friends are on. So it's like if all
All
my
your
friends
friends
are
are on
on PS4, I'm not gonna buy Call of Duty for Xbox.
Xbox. No, yeah.
All my
So
coworkers have 2K on Xbox, and I'm just like, well, not gonna be
mm,
playing with you guys. They're like, why don't you just get it? I'm like, dude, no,
no,
not doing it. If you
no
were on
problem,
PS4, I'd consider it, but
right?
no way.
Shoot some b-ball outside the school, but
Couple of guys, they were up to no good, man.
not it's not worth it if playing for the other side.
They start making trouble in your neighborhood. One little fight, man. It's all it took.
Your mother
Uh
might get scared.
yeah. Might end up having to move in with your aunt and uncle.
Oh man, yeah.
So Final Fantasy 15, huh?
Okay, 15. Yep. And what else did I play?
Pokemon Moon, obviously. Did you play anything
Pokemon.
else on DS? I feel like I didn't,
I mean, I bought Zelda, but not the
but
one you have. I bought the what's it called? The 64 one, not Majora's Mask, the first one,
oh,
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Oh my,
Yeah,
fuck that game.
I've got that one.
And that's like a bone of contention with some people. Dude, if you've played any of the other games, it should be very apparent to you that Ocarina of Time is not a very good game. It's not the same as the other games. Ocarina of Time gets all this hype because it was like so much it was so
Right,
expansive in the 3D environment and space that it existed in, but like
right.
it's just not a super fantastic game. Like there are much better Zeldas you could pick. Like Wind Waker? What?
Oh,
Are you serious?
I,
Like, and first off, A Link to the Past. Like, get over it, all right? It's the best one ever.
oh, Link to the Past is my jam.
Yeah, like Link to the Past is like my favorite Zelda game. Then Zelda 2, then Zelda 1, Wind Waker. Or actually, you know what? Link's Awakening's got to be in there in like the top 3. Link's Awakening's another game that like not a lot of people like. I really enjoyed Link's Awakening. It's really good.
Still running through that too.
I went and played that again recently. Had to bust out my fucking old Game Boy for it.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't like my well, actually, you know what? My DS might play old
Wait,
Game Boy games. I don't remember if it does.
how are you playing it when you streamed it that one time?
Super Game Boy.
Oh, right. Yeah, Super Game Boy. That's right.
Yeah, Super Game Boy on the Super NES.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's the fucking like Super Game Boy is like was like the best thing ever when it came out because it's like now your Super Nintendo can also be a Game Boy, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
You know how crazy that is now, or then that you think about it now that they can't figure out.
backwards compatibility in
Yeah, but
2017,
back
but
then,
but
yeah,
they
they were
figured out a
like,
way to play Game Boy games on a
bruh,
Super Nintendo, but not
bro.
NES games on a Super Nintendo. Like it was a
No,
Super NES, but it wasn't that super because it couldn't play NES games, but it could play Game
yes,
Boy games.
games,
And it could
right?
upres like color palettes for them because most Game Boy games were not in color.
Nope.
So like even that, yes, no, I 100% agree with you. It's kind of crazy to think about it that Nintendo made an attachment to play other games on their system, but not the previous generation of that game.
And they're both NES or not NES, SNES and Genesis had net play, like
Yep.
a weird version of it, but they had net play.
Well, and Genesis had 32X, which was like a better version of the games that it could play because it was 32-bit versus
Yep.
16-bit. So it was like Sega Genesis had the ability to upres, and Super Nintendo had the ability to go back 2 generations.
Right.
And then the Nintendo 3DS can't play Super Nintendo games on the Virtual Console, but the new Nintendo 3DS can play Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
That one doesn't
What?
make any sense to me at all.
No, right. Not at all. Yeah.
Considering like the 3DS has like a more powerful processor than like my first fucking cell phone. But it's like no,
Jeez.
it can't emulate a Super Nintendo game. Like that's too much. But like
Right.
Super Mario 3D World is not a problem at all. It's like, oh, okay. The hell does that work?
All right. Thanks.
Right? Yeah, I don't get that one. Legitimately am completely baffled by that.
We'll have an episode about that then. Or have
Yep.
we done a backwards compatible episode? Have we?
Wait, what?
Have we done a backwards compatibility episode?
We've definitely
Just
talked
at
about
least
it, I'm sure, but not like necessarily on specific facets of like current
that we should,
technology.
we
It's
should do
like,
something detailed then.
you know, hey, any PS Vita can be a PS4 with remote play,
Right? Your
right?
PC.
Yeah, your PC. You know what though? I will say this: playing PC remote, like when I did PS4 remote play on PC, I was impressed with it. But I was in my house on my Wi-Fi. I never actually tried it anywhere
Right.
else because
Anywhere else, yeah.
anytime I ever traveled, I wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait to play fucking place like
Play.
maybe
Yeah.
it's just me. Like maybe it's my mentality when I travel and stuff. But that's just not on my list of things I want to do. Like I don't bring my Vita.
Maybe.
I don't bring my Vita anymore when I travel. I brought my 3DS when I went to California recently for
Mm.
PSX, and
But you never played it.
I played it like once in the hotel, like while I waited for
Mm.
room service.
Mm. I guess you're the odd man out then, because usually, yeah, like anytime I'm
Everybody's
going,
always playing them. I don't get it.
yeah, it's Street Pass or
Like
yeah,
when
Monster
I'm
Hunter, whatever.
yeah, like when I'm like traveling, man, I'm like about the traveling experience. Like I don't even take that many pictures anymore too. It's actually sad, and this like to go back to sadder times, like I'm really glad that the times that I hung out with my buddy Jason that we took a couple pictures cuz he was one of the
Right.
people that was on he was on the panel that I did that first or the second panel I should
Uh,
say, the positivity panel that we
yes.
did at PAX East.
Positivity. Yeah. Yeah.
He was one of the panelists, and there's like a couple pictures that exist of the two of us on
Mm.
stage, like talking, and like we'd taken a couple pictures when we were at PAX West
Nice.
the year prior,
Right.
and like the more that I think about how like it's such a bummer that there's only a couple pictures, granted they're great pictures, like the more it makes me realize that when I hang
Mm.
out with my friends that I don't see very often, like at gaming conventions, like I am now going to make it a point to get photos with everybody so that like I
Yeah.
always have pictures to like look fondly on in the past. Like I'm always going to have the
Yeah.
memories of us
Always.
hanging out,
Always have.
Twitch streams, chats, and things like that. But like, I really want to make sure that I'm making a conscious effort to make sure that I like save some form of like the moment in picture form. Like whether it's some dumb selfie we take or like I grab somebody walking by and be like, "Hey, can you get a picture of me and my friend or friends?" Like whatever the
Right.
case may be.
Yeah. Exactly. It's true.
Um, so That's on my list of things that I gotta be better at. And just
Right.
like, you know, I gotta get back. I gotta get back into the swing of things. Like I really do. Obviously if you're listening to this podcast, you know as well as we do. Like it's been a while since we streamed, and like I had said we were gonna do an
I
episode
was thinking
before,
about that.
like before 2016
Yeah.
ended, but
And
then my
yeah.
headset broke, and
Right. Work.
because I will work too, but like because I have a dumb computer that only I
Oh,
can
right.
only use a USB headset. I didn't have a USB headset, and I probably should have just
Yeah.
immediately bought a new one when mine died, but I'm super stubborn and like just kept looking at different options. And plus
Options.
I had the Polk headset that I was using on the PS4 anyways, but because it's not USB, I couldn't use it on my
It does.
computer,
Yeah. Hmm.
and I have an app that I use to record our things for the podcast. So I was like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do? And that just turned into me finally like being like in this, and this happens not all the time, but it happens often that I'll sit there and be like, oh, I shouldn't buy this stuff, and then I drop like $300 on random stuff.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
went because I had to renew PS Plus, so there's $50. Then I bought this headset. I got the PlayStation Silver wired, which so far I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. It's a little tight on the noggin. Um but
Mhm.
like it's comfortable. Like it's not bothering me that it's like squishing my ears, and it's still,
Oh,
sounds
that's good
good.
then.
It sounds good. Like I plugged it into my phone
Well,
and listened to music on my phone. I've got to download the app on PlayStation 4, but I bought some freeze dried meals because those are the best because they're easy to make and delicious.
teriyaki, I
Yup,
assume.
yeah, chicken teriyaki.
Yeah.
I do have the scrambled egg breakfast one though, because that one's pretty good too. Scrambled eggs and bacon. Uh, because I like throw them in my backpack, and whenever I'm at work and I'm like, oh man, I should just boil water and just make this. Instead of like eating the fucking sandwich I always bring. I
Yeah.
also have a thing of popcorn in my bag, and I'm like, just in case we ever get slow in the back, like pop some popcorn, fucking kick up your feet.
Lots of popcorn. Just like
I
you are
bought an
prepared.
Yeah, always, dude. Especially when it's colder, like when it's colder weather, I keep more like stuff in my backpack because I'm just thinking like if I get
You never
stuck
know.
somewhere and
Yeah.
or I decide that it's not worth leaving work to like go get food or something, then I just don't,
You're sick.
I've got something, yeah.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
forget my lunch bag, which happens all the time. I bought
Right.
I had to rebuy because of a minor plumbing issue in my house. I had to rebuy like everything I used in the bathroom.
Ooh.
So I had to buy like a new razor. I threw out like all my because I was like, you know what? The shampoo bottles are closed, but gonna go ahead
Mm.
and just throw it all out.
Yeah.
So I threw like I had to rebuy like everything. So I'm like, there's like $30-40 in
34
just
bucks. Yeah.
fucking face wash, shampoo, razor, um, comb, toothbrush,
Right.
toothpaste, all that shit. Um, and then oh, did I tell you how I ghettoified auxiliary port in the Tahoe?
Don't think so.
All right, so and this is totally and like right now everyone's like, "Oh, here we go. We're going off topic. Train's derailing." So
Jokes on them.
right? Yeah, jokes on them. We fucked up from the start. Uh
Train totally
the
derailed.
so the Tahoe doesn't have a cassette tape. FM transmitters suck, and there's no auxiliary port that's like built into the car.
Right. You literally don't have an aux. Okay. Okay.
But the thing has a DVD player in the back seat, and the DVD player
Oh,
has
that's
auxiliary inputs
us.
for like a game console. So I was like,
Hmm.
what if I just plugged in one of those like composite to 3.5 millimeter adapters and changed the car to the DVD
Mm-hmm.
player so that it would think that I'm playing a DVD and it plays through the speakers in the car anyways, and just plug my phone into that.
Right. Right.
So I tested out
Hmm.
with like a 15-foot cable that I had that I had to like plug all these odds and ends connectors in to adapt, like to get the right adapter so that I had the right connections.
Oh, jeez.
Because I happened to have like all of those cables just laying around in my room,
Oh,
and it
nice.
worked.
Oh, snaps.
So then I went on eBay and bought the correct cable for like $1.99, and hopefully it's not a piece of shit cable that actually works. And what it means is that I will officially have technically auxiliary input in the hoe
Oh,
without having to buy the
snaps.
stupid stereo adapter thing that I have to pull my stereo out of the
Stereo.
dash and like change
No, no,
this
no, no, no,
connector,
no.
which I did on the truck. I did on the Silverado. I just don't want to do it on my car because I'm lazy and
Yeah,
it's like
just no use to it. Yeah.
$70, like a $5
Save some money.
adapter.
Whatever, yeah. Save some money.
I also bought one of those heated seat pad things that you like strap onto your seat.
Oh, yeah, my dad has one of
I
those.
finally caved because I'm like, man, leather's fucking cold when it's 12 degrees,
Oh,
and the
you have
seat
seat
heater's
covers, right?
and the seat heater's broken, so like, it's miserable.
Right. But I
So
mean,
I
you
was
have
like,
seat covers, right?
no, it has leather seats. I don't have a.
I know that, but for when it gets warmer, you might want to
Oh, when it's
get something
warmer,
to
I don't
keep
care.
that shit
Like I
cool.
deal with the seats being hot because the air conditioning in the car is pretty good, but
I'm not about that life.
you're not about having fucking burned thighs from sitting on seats.
No. Yeah, my previous car was like that. I was like, nope, I can't
Yeah,
sit in this thing.
it totally
This is
sucks.
bullshit.
Yeah, I
This is
agree. I'm gonna call bullshit on the play. 5-yard penalty.
all right, then,
Yes,
but I mean, all right, though, fair enough.
yeah. So, because I'm, and like that was like again, it's like this is me. Like I'm the worst person to be on eBay because I'm like, oh, it's like $5. I'll give it a shot. I'll give Home Ec another shot. Literally
That's all
every
my dad.
fucking thing I see on eBay that's like dirt cheap that I might have a
But that you,
small pinch.
yeah,
I'm just like,
yep,
you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like
my
so.
dad.
So I bought that
Yeah,
adapter, and then there was one of those, the cell phone cases that have battery backups built into them,
the
like
battery.
battery.
Yeah.
There was
Yep.
one that we sell in the store, and it's like $100
I was to
at
say, I
the
thought
store,
I told that. Yeah, yep.
and it was
Nope, not paying that much.
$10.99 on eBay. Manufacturer refurbished. It isn't
10.99.
brand new, but $10.99 with free shipping. And I literally was like, "It's fucking
All right,
$10. I gotta give it a shot. I gotta give it a
right. Yeah,
shot."
I could probably justify this.
Because, and now we're going to get the train back on the tracks, when I go to gaming conventions, I'm always burning through my phone battery. Because
Right.
you're trying to send a tweet, you got no signal, it just keeps
Tweet.
trying to send forever, battery drains, right? So I'm like, I got my phone in my back pocket, and I got a fucking battery pack and a cable in my other pocket. So I have like square butt cheeks. Because it's just like like, because you get this giant battery pack. Because and
Yeah.
everybody's got one, right? Because everyone's like, shit, how am I gonna play Pokemon Go when my phone dies?
Oh,
So now I'm like, you know what? At least I'll start with the phone in a battery case. So I'll have extra charging abilities.
juice. The juice.
Yeah, extra juice in the tank. I bought a screwdriver set literally for no reason. I don't know why. It was like again,
Hold on.
it was like
Don't say no
$5,
reason. You never know.
and
Sitting in the Tahoe. I need a screwdriver.
right.
Boom. Oh, I bought that. I bought that set. I'm good to go.
You know, it's all like it's all like it's like one of those like mini mechanic type ones, like
Yeah.
all the teeny tiny shit you'll never
With the
actually need.
little. Right. Yeah.
And
The Bibbits. Yeah.
the one bit on it that I've used that I actually am glad it has is the one that tightens the belt clip on my pocket knife. So I'm like, sweet, it was worth it. Like, totally worth it. Purchase was entirely
See?
justified for this one thing.
Right. Fucking. All right. Now I don't need it. Toss it.
Right now I don't. Yeah, now I can throw it out. Like, there was like a $9 pocket knife sharpener on Amazon one day, and I was like, it was on like you know how they do the daily deals for like just random.
Daily
It's just
deals.
random stuff, and
Yep.
I'm just like, you know what? It's like $8.95. Oh, that's worth it. And
You
then
bought it?
yeah, oh yeah, I bought it.
Oh god.
And it does, like, it's actually not bad because like the only time I use my pocket knife is like opening boxes at work and
Yeah.
stabbing people, which I don't do very often because I'd be in jail. But like like I give it a few quick like sharpen
Quick
whatever
sharp.
whatever you would call a sharpening of the knife, right? I give it like a few quick swipes
Uh,
through the sharpener, and then I go to work like every morning, like clockwork. So it's always like a fresh sharpen. Um,
always, yeah.
but like it's great because it's like, man, it's so easy to cut through these boxes now. But like it's just funny because like like at this point I should probably just buy a new pocket knife, but I'm like, you know what? Because it's like got chips and shit in it. Because I used to like I would just be like, oh, I can't get this thing to open. Like here, let me hammer onto the back of the knife blade to like push it open. Like don't pry with a pocket knife. Fake announcement,
Eh, right. Not that attitude. I can do it.
right? So that was a thing. But so
Crazy.
video games, yeah, it's a thing. You know
So,
what games
Guardian
actually
finally came out.
Last Guardian finally did come out. You know what's crazy? At PlayStation Experience, people were waiting in line to play it. Like waiting
Even though it was already
hours
out.
in line. No, it came. I think it came out
No,
like that
it
Tuesday.
was out
Yeah.
that
So it was
Tuesday.
like
Never
two
mind.
days later, and it's like, so you're gonna waste like hours to sit in that line? Like
To play
I
like a
went through Horizon
15-minute
Zero
demo.
Dawn so I could play Horizon Zero Dawn. But like Last
Yeah, right.
Guardian, nope.
You would think that, yeah, you would go through and play something that's not even gonna come out for another year.
Right. Like I would have loved
You
to
know,
have played Farpoint
another
again,
couple months.
but that line was fucking crazy. It's absurd. It was like 3 hours, and I literally got in like right when it opened. They were like, "Yeah, at this point in the line, you're probably looking at like 2 to 3 hours," and I was like, "Well, nope.
See
See
ya.
ya."
Can you
Whole bag
scan
of
my
no.
card thing though?
Hell to the nana. No, they wouldn't. They weren't doing it. They were like every place was like, "No, you actually have to play the game or go through the thing to get the swipe."
Nope.
So I happened to be. It was like the last day, and I happened to be. I feel like I might have told you this
Right
story
place,
already,
right
but
time.
I was with a friend of mine who's actually a coworker of mine. We happen to both be going over to PSX, and it's like I went over and was like, "Oh my god, are you one of the devs?" Because like the dude who's like standing by the edge of the booth, and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, this game fucking rocks." I was like, "Not gonna lie." Played it at PAX. I was like, changed my profile picture on Twitter to me holding the gun because I thought it was so cool. And it's like you got the Farpoint logo in the background, right? And the dude's like, "That's so awesome." And then one of the dudes turns around and he's like, "Oh, I remember you." He's like, "Do you remember me?" I was like, "Dude, you were the one who cleaned the headset and like walked me through it." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, this is awesome. I'm glad you're here." Because I can't play. And he was like, "Did you get the pin?" Because they had the sweet Farpoint pin, which is like that orange triangle thing, like the symbol. And I was like, "No." I've tried 2 different times to come play. I'm like, "But the line is crazy." And he's like, "Well, here you go." And he just fucking gives me the pin. And I was like, so good.
You are the real
Right? I
MVP.
was straight up like, "Dude, you're the best." I was like, "I'm so psyched." And then so I sent out another tweet about the game. I was like, "Dude, this game," and like the creative director liked it. Like they retweet like Impulse Gear retweeted it, and like I was just like, "Man, it's awesome." I really can't wait for that game to come out. It like if I don't buy a PSVR before, I will definitely buy a PSVR when it comes out. Like right now, it's just like I don't know if I want to drop $400 on that.
You don't want to play pool with your boy? Then
I'm
nah.
definitely itching to drop money on stuff that I don't need, and PSVR is definitely one of those things. But I feel like
Ball out.
I'll buy it. Yeah, ball out. I'll buy it, and then I'll probably play rigs with like you and like Josh and Esteban. Like that's the thing, right? Like it's like you have it, I'd have it then. Josh and Esteban have it. Fish has it.
Fish has it.
His wife has it. That's 6. We could play 3v3. Some of the other
All
MVPs have
snaps.
it. My coworkers got it. Like I'm sure we could find enough people to like play some 3v3 rigs games and stuff, or just like what's that, Werewolves Within or something? Is that the one where you're like sitting in a circle trying to
Sitting in a circle, yeah.
convince people who the werewolf is? Um, you
Freaking
know,
sports bar, VR, whatever. We'll play darts and pool and shit.
right?
Yo, my boy. My boy.
That is kind of cool. I
Air
should probably
hockey? Yo, come on, dog.
what, air hockey with like the move?
Yeah, yeah, they have air hockey in there.
That's
It's
pretty
actually kind of
cool.
fun.
Mm. Maybe that's
Pretty
like
dope.
my problem is like I gotta like I well like again like I said I want to spend money on tons of stuff. Like I legitimately keep going like I need a new computer and I'm like what the fuck do you need a new computer for?
Check kind of
Like
computer.
like
At least a new
My
laptop.
MacBook is a piece of shit. Like let's be real, it's a piece of shit. It's struggle. Like it's at the point where it's so slow that I just don't use it. I'm like, you know what? I can browse websites on my phone's tiny ass screen.
Way past the struggle bus at this
Like
point.
yeah, like I started using my Dell tablet again, like the Windows tablet that I
Ouch.
bought. I started using that because I'm like, you know what? For legit web browsing, it's fine.
It's fair.
Even that thing is actually noticeably slow, which is just like, But like my Alienware for stream, like that I use for streaming and playing Steam and stuff, like it still cranks. And I'm always just like, why do I keep telling myself I need a new computer? But I'm just like, no, 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 I need a new. It's not good enough. I need a new one. Like hook this
New
up
laptop.
and wax that motherfucker while you at it. Like straight up, like I keep just telling myself like spend all the money.
Spend all the money.
It's
Yep.
like that. It's like that little meme of what is it, Kermit the Frog versus like Dark Kermit the
Oh, the
Frog,
me to me.
me to
Yeah.
me. Exactly, it's that, and I'm always
Yeah.
like, no, 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 I should save my money and be smart, and then it's like me
And then
buy all the things you don't actually need,
buy it anyways, bitch. Yeah.
right? I'm still legitimately like looking at cars, like I don't need a fucking
Every
car.
time we pay something, just like, yo, I found this for
I
this
found
much. Like,
this
come on, man.
sweet car, and yeah, exactly. At this point, I'm surprised you're not
And
like, dude, I don't fucking care. Stop talking
you
about
don't know
cars,
shit.
like, because like literally every time in between matches, I'm sitting on Auto Trader, just like, oh, there's another Tahoe that's for sale.
Right,
It's all
like look
right.
it up for
Legitimately today too, I found a regular cab Sierra that's got a plow on it already, and I'm like, oh man, gotta go take a visit to this dealership. My
They'll
problem
get you
is
though. That's the thing.
I wish I had money just to walk. Oh, dude, I wanted a Mustang for a long time too. Then I wanted
Some
a Camaro.
some
I
walking
just need
around money.
I just need some walking around money so I can, cuz I want to be able to walk into a dealership, right? And be like, "Yo,
We'll pay
you
straight
want to
cash.
sell a fucking car today, bitch?" And then if they like mouth off, be like, "You ain't getting the sale." And then like drop a briefcase of money and be like, "Who wants it except for this guy cuz he's a dick." Right?
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Who's selling me a car today? Also, I'm gonna need that financing for the price of on the house. Uh, or like just like or like any of those times when people are like, and how would you like to pay for that today? And then just be like, cash
Cash,
money, and just
bitch.
starts doing that thing where you like swipe the bills into the air,
Make it rain. Yeah.
making it rain. Yeah,
Yeah, you
exactly,
clean
make it
it.
rain. Fucking like the Target cashier's like, sir, please just hand me the bills. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can just count it that way. It's much easier. Yeah, I wanna be
It's
able
like,
to do
nah,
that.
right?
But the
You know
struggle is
what?
real.
It's the struggle bus.
Yep.
We're all
So
in.
since we like horrendously, I horrendously have derailed this episode. I said my game of the year was for 2016 was Uncharted 4. You said your game of the year was Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy.
With a special shout out to Pokemon Moon.
Mm,
We should
mm.
probably just go ahead and call it, right? Because
Oh yeah, we're like over our time limit.
and now that I have a headset that works, we've confirmed that it works. You're listening to this, that means that it worked. Uh, we're gonna get back into the swing of things. I'm gonna get back. I'm trying to get like motivated to get back into, you know, creating content in gaming,
More
making YouTube
streaming.
videos, streaming. Like I
More streaming.
updated my streaming computer because it's been like weeks since I really used it. So like Steam is updated, XSplit's all good. And now again, now that I have a headset that I can use for like audio, like we in there, we're gonna start getting back into this. But
Stream some
so as to
VRs.
not go crazy over the time limit that we've been
Cheer.
trying to keep at, we're gonna go ahead and end episode 79 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast. It has been a pleasure talking at you, listeners of the interwebs. If you enjoy it, well, I guess thumbs up if it's on YouTube. Leave a positive
Like, comment,
review.
subscribe.
Leave a positive review if it's iTunes, if you feel inclined. Or leave like a 2-star review where you say that I don't actually talk about gaming, because that would be fun too. If we can get like one of those every year. Or tweet us at the DGCast. You can tweet me at So After I Said if you feel inclined. Tweet Mike at mtong1.
Do it.
Bacarding
But don't follow me though. Follow me though.
Don't at me though.
Don't follow me. You can tweet at me, but don't follow me.
So anyways, thanks for listening. Appreciate you. We will catch you in hopefully a very short amount of time because we're going to try and do another podcast soon. But with that, we're going to go ahead and end it. As always, we will catch you